Hey guys, it's Thom again. If you bought Grow or Die, this video is just for you. Today I'm handing you two of the exact tactics that I used to go from zero to just over 50 grand in 65 days. And I did that with just one product, zero ad spend, and it was all just me, okay? These two tools are going to help you cut through that feeling of being overwhelmed and get you moving. Okay, so quick disclaimer. I have a hard time saying that today. Quick disclaimer. Before we start, nothing I say here is financial, legal, or investment advice. I'm not a licensed advisor. Okay, everything I say, everything I'm doing here is for educational purposes only. Results vary based on your effort, your skill, and your market. So please do your own due diligence. And what you get out depends entirely on what you put in. All right, let's get to work. So the first tactic I want to talk about today is the rule of 100. I got this tactic from Alex Hormozy. I'm a big fan of Alex. That guy is unstoppable. Okay, so here's the simple version. So whatever action moves the needle in your business, right, whether it's outreach or content, sales conversations, posts, emails, whatever it is, okay, whatever moves the needle, you got to do it 100 times before you decide it doesn't work. Not 10, not 20, 100. And when I launched Don't Blow the Blessing, I didn't wait for perfect. I launched it just as I could. I launched it on a Friday at 5 o'clock, which is like the worst possible time to do it. But then every single day, I was doing direct messages. I was doing comments. I was replying to people commenting on my posts. I did a new pinned post. I did interviews. And then I did this for 100 days. Okay, so do that 100 actions every day for 100 days. It's so important. You'll make so much progress. And some days it felt like nothing was happening, especially when I first got started. And then once I got some traction going and I had this one YouTube opportunity, that turned into a $15,000 day. Okay, 24 hours, $15,000. Boom, just like that. And that didn't come from the first 5 conversations. It was closer to like 100. It came after volume. So the rule of 100 forces you to pass that point where most people quit. Okay, it kills this "is this working" spiral, and it is. It's a spiral in your head, and you got to win in your head first. So stop judging the method after just a couple of tries and just execute. Pick the single highest leverage action for your model that you're building, whether that's like freelancing outreach, posting about your digital product, or sharing the problem you solved, and commit to 100 of them. Okay, and then do 100 every day for 100 days. Track it, count it, and keep going until you hit that number. And that's how you build momentum. Okay, and without momentum, you're not going anywhere. You have to build momentum. So the second tactic I want to talk about today, and I'm doing this today myself on my iPhone. Let's see, and at the moment I have 8 minutes and 33 seconds. So basically it's just pure execution. It's called the Pomodoro Technique, okay? And what I do is I set an alarm for 25 minutes, shut off everything else, and just get to work. I focus for 25 minutes and get done as much as I can. And then when my alarm goes off, I take a 5-minute break. I set another alarm for 5 minutes. And I get up, I get a glass of water, right? And then I just get up and I stretch. I go out and say hi to the wife, go pet the dog, do whatever. And it works. It's very, very, very effective. And after about 4 rounds, I like to take like a 15 to a 30-minute break. Okay, so what I'll do in the morning is I'll do a few of these, right? I'll do like 9 to 9:25, I'll take a 5-minute break, and then 9:30 to 9:55, a 5-minute break until about lunchtime. And then at lunch, I'll take a half-hour break. Sometimes I'll take an hour, depending on what else I have going on. But I'm not sitting down for an 8-hour marathon. I'm just doing it in chunks. It's all about time blocking. And that's what the wealthy do to get ahead. And time management is such a big deal, especially if you're overwhelmed, you've got a lot of things going on. I try to break it down into a couple of different categories, like urgent and important, like what's most urgent, what's most important, what's not important at all, right? Or not urgent at all, and what's most important and most urgent. So I try to focus on the things that are most urgent and most important. And if I can just bust it out, in these 25-minute time blocks, I'm making some progress. So anyways, when I built Don't Blow the Blessing, I did that. I did the Pomodoro Technique, 25 minutes. I set a timer, and I would just do brain dump after brain dump after brain dump, and then I take a 5-minute break, and then I go back and I do one for editing, right? And then I do another one. I actually used Grok to do the editing for my cover, which was great. And then I had to do another one for Gumroad. I had to learn it. I never even heard of Gumroad, but I did it in like 25-minute time blocks. And the site has actually improved tremendously since I started using it back in March. Surprised by that. One of the coolest things about it is if I don't do this, if I don't strategize or use this tactic of the Pomodoro's technique, I burn out. I'll go all day if I'm not careful. And I noticed that in my real estate business. So I will go for 8 hours. I've done it, an 8-hour grind where I'm just talking on the phone and I'm just hitting out next thing after next thing. But then I burn out. And by the end of the day, my brain is completely fried. And I don't want that. And this has really helped me overcome that. So by combining these two and they're actually similar tactics. And by combining these, you get some powerful things that happen. Okay. You use the Pomodoro sessions to knock out your daily actions that feed that rule of 100. You need 100 outreaches. You need to pick up the phone and call 100 people today. Go for it. But do it in those 25-minute time blocks, and then give yourself a 5-minute break, and then get right back at it. Get right back at it. And you can knock that stuff out in a couple of hours, and then go on to other stuff too. Nothing wrong with that. So here's what I want you to do right now. I want you to pause this video. I want you to write down one action that will move your income stream forward this week, whether it's outreach, content, product update, whatever it is. And I'm actually doing all these things myself. And then I want you to decide, I'm going to hit 100 of those. I'm going to do that today. Okay? We're not waiting for the perfect plan. There is no perfect plan. You've got to launch it, and then you just improve on it as you go. It's just the way that it is. If you wait for perfect, nothing's going to happen. So no more I'll start when life slows down. Grow or die. Like I wrote Grow or Die to help you guys make money now. Right? Stop waiting for this massive windfall, which in my opinion is coming. But in the meantime, a lot of us are hurting. So this is your opportunity to go make some money, right? Grow or die, that concept comes from I can only save so much, right? I have to grow in order to survive. And that's where we're at for a lot of us. So if you're serious, go put these two tactics to work today, then come back and tell me in the comments what your first 25-minute time block is going to be. And I'm watching, and I try to reply to all the comments in there and on X. Now go build, okay? Christ is King. We'll talk to you guys soon. Later.